and the back end. Today also we are going to integrate the use of the databases. So the request is asking us to design an API, an application that has 3 interfaces. He's given them the names as per the task for the purpose of the authentication and the session management. In addition to, we are going to use the controls, which are in this example the grid view. We're going to use the grid view in order to fulfill the creation of a sort of a MCQ, multi-choice actually questionnaire, something like that, multi-purpose. Let's do that. Let's start with the implementation of the design of the interfaces, and then after we're going to go step by step sessions for the authentication, username and password, and then after also a questionnaire. We may use sessions. We see that with sessions, without sessions, and then after an interface to display the results. Let's do it. So Visual Studio. I'm going to start a new website. So find new website. C#, see my constraints. Do not fall in an error again. C#, empty website. No other modifications. Just confirm that. Great. I'm going to generate my first interface as per the guide. I'm going to start with the login interface, which is this one. I'm going to design something similar to this. So let's do that. On the root folder here in the Solution Explorer, right click, add new item. I'm going to choose, it's a web form in C# only, web form. I'm going to change the name. See what I'm changing. Only the name. I'm not changing the extension. So I'm going to say here, login.aspx, login.aspx, do not change, add. Here it comes to me, design view. And the design view, I'm going to just make my necessary modifications. Yes. Great. So what should I do? Let's gain a little bit of space, and then after I'm going to refer to my control list. 2 text boxes. First one. Here I got it. New one. Just right after. Another text box. Here I got them. Before of the first, I'm going to insert a label. Change the text to username. Great. For the second, I'm going to insert another label. Here it is. I'm going to change the text to password. Password. Great. So password. A in small. Yes. Great. Then after a button to log in. A button to log in. Toolbox again. Here it is. Where it is. Yes. I'm gonna readjust it a little bit. I'm gonna change the text to login. Great. Done. I'm gonna make the thing actually be centralized. I'm gonna minimize this box to make it look like the one we haven't. Body, format, justify, put it center, just maximize whatever. This way. Whatever. This is the first interface. I'm gonna say. Second interface. To pass to the second interface, the second interface is going to be opened once the user has been authenticated. So if the login is valid, the second interface will be open. But the second interface is going to be displaying the list of questions from a database that we have to create. So we will be creating a database that has a table which is holding the question bank. Oh, a list of questions. Yeah, we are going to do create a list of questions that we are going to display here in our interface. Well, let's say in our interface, in our MCQ interface. Let's tackle that. So to do so, I'm going to create a new interface. Then after, immediately I'm going to create a database that holds a list of questions I'm going to insert. Maybe the same questions or others, whatever. I'm going to do the thing a little bit differently, actually, to make you understand them more or less. So, new interface, add, sorry, not this one, add new item. C# as usual, web form. I'm going to change the name to MCQ. MCQ. Great. Design view. Yeah. So, in this MCQ, خلاص, I'm gonna insert my questionnaire. I'm gonna say here, I'm gonna give a title, MCQ interface. Let's say, or MCQ each. What did I do? Okay, great. I'm gonna maximize the font. Let's use this one. This one, I'll change the color here. Okay, justified. I'm gonna okay. Here inside the page now, I'm gonna insert my grid view. The grid view would hold what the database is having. The questions and the answers, whatever. To do so, I have to have a database with its entities. So, Mariam and Noel, why are coming late? So I'm going to insert a database. I'm going to create a database with its contents. What I'm going to do, like if I'm creating an interface on the root folder in the Solution Explorer, right click, add new item. Yes, I will not modify anything. Just I'm going to search for not web form, but here SQL Server database.
Sorry, Mr. Okay.
Yeah, no worries, Mary. It's okay. So the SQL Server database, this is the one. This is my option. I can modify the name here to MCQ. I'm going to change the name MCQ.mdf. I'm not the extension. The extension I'm not changing. Remember, this is actually a secret. So MCQ.mdf. Default, only the default. I changed it to MCQ and kept the rest. Here he's asking me that he's telling me his informative message. See the triangle? He's saying that he's going to create a folder directory update specific for this database. I'm going to say yes. Okay, it will be generated and inserted here. In addition to something in the Server Explorer will appear. Yes, here it is. It appeared, and also it opened me this window immediately. Here he's shown X, red X here because it's empty. Still, I'm going to just try to open the tables. Nothing is there. I'm going to create a first table. Right click. Add a new table on the tables hive. On the tables hive, right click. Add new item. Add new table. The table name I'm going to change here. I'm going to change the table name to, let's say, question bank. Question bank. I changed the name to question bank. No space. See where I wrote. Then ID. I'm going to say here question field, the varchar data type, and I'm going to say, for example, answer. So the answer here, answer. Also, it's a varchar 50. It's okay. The question varchar, I'm going to say 200, not 50. It's a long question, for example, 200. The answer varchar 50. It's okay. And then after, I'm going to say the level of the question, level 1, level 2, level 3, and so on. It's optional. So as level also, I'm going to say it's varchar. It's okay. Okay, I finished my table. I'm going to just upgrade that. I'm going to update my database to make it appear here. So update from here, update from here. I'm going to wait for him to design it, then update database. Update database from here. Yes, it has been done, successfully done. Here it is. Okay, I close this table. I close this table design. I come back to Server Explorer, refresh the tables hive, refresh, I click refresh. Here it is, question bank data table. This is my question bank table. I'm gonna insert questions now. I'm gonna, for example, I'm gonna respect the same questions available in this database here or this MCQ here. For example, I'm gonna respect the same questions. Let's say I'm gonna insert the questions. So right click on the table itself, show table data, show table data. ID 1, question. I'm gonna say what is 2 plus 2? Answer. Let's say I'm going to say 4. Level is 1. Question number 2. What is, I'm going to say, what is 4 plus 2? Answer is 6. Level is 1. It's primary level. Level 3. What is, let's say, 10 plus 20? Answer 30. Level is 1. Here the red exclamation marks, those means that this record here is not saved. I'm gonna click the next line only, just to click by the mouse. Click. They disappeared and automatically. I did not click any save. There is no save here. There is no save. Automatically would be saved. If the red dots, the red exclamation marks has been vanished, means it has been saved. Just I close. Finished. I finished my input. If I want to input again other questions, I come back to my table, right click, show table again, show table data. Let him open. Here it is. I'm going to go for the question number 4, for example. I'm going to insert here what is, for example, 2.5 multiplied by, let's say, 3.14. A little bit actually difficult here. Actually, I'm gonna say it's let's say 9, something like that. 2.5 by pi. Let me get the value. I'm gonna use the calculator. 7.85. 7.85. Okay, level 2. Here, level 2 is a little bit complicated. So I'm gonna say question number 5. What is the, I'm gonna remain in math only. Okay, it's okay. What is okay, 2 multiplied by 3.14 only. More easier, but whatever, I'm gonna say 6.28. Easy to guess. Okay, level 2 also. Whatever, it's enough. It's enough. I'm gonna stop here. I did not press any save. Automatically saved. I'm gonna close only. Yes, generate. Okay, and this interface number 2. We will manage the display of the questions. I'll stop at this level now. We generated our interfaces, login and the MCQ, and we generated our database with its data. We fill the data here inside. Great. I'm going to stop at this level. Later on, I'll show you how to integrate the data. I'll stop at this level, and I'll come back to the login interface to manage the authentication process, where we are going to authenticate the users statically if they are validated, as the question said. If the login was valid, so we pass to the interface 2, which is the MCQ API. Let's dig in that. I'm gonna make the thing statically, actually, to make it easier, only for this purpose, only today. So, username, password, not here. We come back, sorry. Username, password. If they are valid, the event handler is the login. If they are validated, the login will move us to the next page, which is the MCQ, which is this interface, this second one. Let's do that. So I said statically we are going to use the username and password. So the event handler is the login. So I'm going to check the username, which is in text box 1, and the password, which is in text box 2. If I click this login button, so the event handler is login. Double clicks, exactly 2. Here it is, exactly in the correct position. So in here, inside the button 1, I'm gonna check my text box 1 if it has a value text box 1.text equals, I'm gonna say between, it's Murad. Okay, it's okay. I'm gonna start my test here. If the username is correct, again I'm gonna check the password. If I'm gonna say text box 2 now, the second one here it is dot text also equals, I'm gonna say Murad, or I'm gonna say Oman 1 2 3. Okay, so here I'm gonna start my second test. First test, if it is validated, I'm gonna make the second test. If it is validated, I'm gonna do my work here, which is we move from this login page to the MCQ page. So we are going to open the MCQ page if the test here and this login is validated. So we move to the MCQ page. We did it last class, so it's a simple response. Response.redirect. Between double quotations, we open the MCQ, the same spelling of the page here, the same spelling here, the same spelling. MCQ.aspx, and a semicolon at the end. That's it. Here in this text, in this example, statically we are testing that the user has to be Murad as per this spelling. And the password is here. I'm going to change this Murad just to make it admin only. I'm going to change the username to be admin. Save now. I have to make the save because there is a star here. See this star here. So save. I come back to the login. Also, I'm going to make a save because there is a star here. And I use this save all. And I use this one. Whatever. Let's test. Right click in any empty place. View in browser. I have an error. Text box. There is an well, because I double clicked at the beginning, because I double clicked the text box too. I'm gonna close. Okay. I'm gonna check this one. What is happening? Even though if I clicked, does not contain definition of text box to text changed. Okay, because we deleted that. I'm gonna close. Simply, you will not get the error. Actually, you will not get the error here. I keep it here. Whatever, I keep it here. Save. I come back here. Right click. View in browser. You will not get that error. Don't worry. So I'm gonna say the username I was saying it's admin, and the password is Oman123 as per our password. So I'm here in login page now. I'm in login page here. If I press login, I am moved to MCQ page. MCQ.aspx changed. So validated. I come back. Here, I'm gonna type admin and the password is wrong. I'm gonna type Oman only. Login. Nothing. See, it is starting to load, but it does not move. I'm gonna say Oman 12. Okay, login. Still nothing. Why? Because it's wrong. I'm gonna say admin 123. And here the password is 123 correct. The password is correct, but the user is wrong now. Login, nothing. It will not go. It will not go. I have to be given the thing in a correct way. Admin is correct. 123 is correct. Yes, it moves. Any questions here, please? Any questions?
No question.
Good. That's great. So let's keep going on. Come back. Yeah. I'm gonna come back to my space here. Actually, the admin. This is the username I test. The Oman 123. This is the password I test. No more. No less. Yeah. So I'm gonna come back to the second interface where we can see the MCQ, the list of questions. Let's come back here. Actually, I'm gonna integrate. I'm gonna insert the questions. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna insert the questions here. The table question bank I'm gonna use. I'm gonna just simply here inside the database, inside the API MCQ page, in an empty space here, a little bit down. I'm gonna just gain the mouse here. I bring it there. Just a drag and drop this table. See here. I'm gonna drag and drop. Leave it. Came to me. Here is the table. I have all the fields that are available. 1, 2, 3, ID, the answer, and the level. I'm gonna add other controls which are to add us capability to modify, to give the page in all the controls. So they are available to us. So I'm gonna take them all. I can edit, I can delete, and I can paginate. I can actually change the order also. Paginate from here and change the order from here. Okay. In addition to that, I'm going to change the design. So I'm going to change the design, auto format from here, auto format from here. I'm going to use the professional. I like this one. So you can choose any. You can choose any from those designs. I'm going to choose the professional. Confirm that. Good. Our design has been set. I'm going to save now. I'm going to save. And I'm going to test this interface. This interface has not to be opened like that. Actually, it is displaying everything. What is 2 plus 2? What is 4 plus 2? What is and so on. It has not to show anything. Huda, mute your mic. Rudaina, mute your mic, please. Huda and Rudaina, mute your mics, please.
My mic is mute.
We keep going on. This is just a preview of the full data bank. We're not going to display all the questions altogether. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. We're going to display level number 1 first. 1, 1, 1. And in another page, for example, we display the level 2. We can do that. Here, actually, we're going to manage the sessions. Here, we're going to manage the use of sessions. We are going to do it in different perspectives. First of all, without sessions. Later on, we can use the sessions and so on. So we can do it differently. Let's do that. So I'm going to keep this one here without modification, just for preview only. Just for preview. See where I'm going to click. At the end of the entity, at the end of the table, I'm going to press enter. Not here. Remove this computer. At the end, I'm going to gain a space, just another space only. I'm going to drag and drop again the same table. Till the bottom. Let him come first. Great. I'm going to give him the totality of the functions we have. Enable them all. This is for our good work. In addition to that, I'm going to modify the format also. Confirm that. More than that now, we are not going to display all the questions. We need the level number 1 only, the level 1 only questions. So configure data source from here, configure the data source from here. We have only one data source, just next. We have only one table. is the same. All the fields, leave them like they are. We have the where clause here, from here, where clause. And we are going to check the level. The column is the level. What's the problem with the level? It has to vault, it has to be equal to the value of the level. It has to be equal to nothing but a value here. I'm going to say 1. Simply 1. So I repeat, cancel. I repeat from here, where clause, field level, it has to be equal to nothing. Source is nothing but a value, specific value, 1. The value is 1. Add from here, in order to make it appear here, add. Here it is. Just confirm now. Level equal to level, value which is 1. Next, here it is, the statement. Just next. I may test the query. Yes, it works very fine. I will get the result now. Yes, here it is, 1, 1, 1. It works very fine. It works very fine. So, finish. Great. I have a second grid. I'm going to save now because I have a star. I'm going to save. Let's test again from the beginning, from the login. Right click, view in browser. I'm going to say it's admin. Password it's Oman123. Login. See here 111222. Here no 111 only. This is the first grid, and this is the second grid. Here we have a full question bank. Here we have a selective list of questions, only the level 1. So definitely seen different contents. The way we did the display of the level 1 questions only is a static value. We are using a static value. We are using a static value. I'm going to do the same process to display only level 1 questions, but not using static value, using a session. Those tabs. Okay, I come back here to my event handler. We tested that the username is admin, and if the password is Oman123, we move to the MCQ. At the same time, for this user, admin, we are going to give only level 1 questions. For this user, we are going to give only level 1 questions. Means once this admin opens correctly, and the MCQ page will be displayed only level 1 questions. How we will do that? We will create a session for this user admin, a session to say that this is level 1 question actually user. He has to see, this user has to see only the level 1 questions from the question bank. How to do that? Simply, we create a session that has the value 1. As per an example, we can do that. We can check. So, if the user is admin, we check the password. If the password is correct, we create the session and we move to the next page. See what I'm going to do. New line, I'm going to make a mistake here intentionally to make you understand later. So I'm making an error later on. You'll see what is the error. I'm going to create a session first of all. Sorry, a session. The session, I'm going to give it the name. I'm going to say level, user level. Okay, equals, let's say 1. Semicolon. Very easy. Okay. User level, it's 1. Very simple. Okay, I'm going to save. I have modification. I'm going to save. I have a session now. The name is user level. I'm going to copy this name. I'm going to keep it now. Leave it. Okay, I have a session. I go to my MCQ now, where I'm going to display the question level 1 only. question level 1 only, this level. So I'm gonna insert a new grid view. I'm gonna insert a new. I'm gonna go a little bit down, 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 down. Gain a little bit of space. I'm gonna insert the same table again, our question bank. Drag and drop. I'm gonna enable all the functionalities. Okay, I'm gonna change the format also to professional as per my wish. Configure now the data source. We have only the same source. Next, we have the full details to display. The work laws, the same level to check, the same field level, but here it has to be equal to what? A session. A session. I'm gonna test the level to be matching a session. Which session? The session here, I'm gonna type here, is the same session we created earlier. I'm gonna cancel. Which session? It's this session here. It's this session. Now I'm gonna copy this name. Now I'm gonna copy it. I copied it to be sure. I come back now here to my table here. Configure data source. Next. Same fields, work laws. The level field equal session. Here and the session field, paste the name, paste same name of the session, immediately add. Here it is. Just confirm that. I'm gonna say next. This is the session actually added with the clause. Next, I'm gonna test the query, validate it. I'm gonna say okay. It will show me an empty one. It's very okay. Yes, it's empty because the session, it does not have any value for now on test level. So it is very okay. Finish. Done. There is no error. If we do that, yes, good. I'm gonna save only my work now. I'm gonna save my work. Let it have been saved. I'm gonna from this MCQ, I'm gonna make a first test. Right click in any empty place, view in browser. Yes, MCQ, grid 1, grid 2. The third, there are no data records to display. No data records to display. The third, it's empty. This is the end of the page, nothing more. There are no data records. Why? Because the session is not initialized yet. We did not give any session value. The session did not test it. It has not to give anything. We do not have to test from this page. We do not have to start the test from here, from the MCQ. We have to start the test from the login from here to initialize the session with a value. Right click, view in browser. Okay. Admin. I'm going to say Oman123. Yes. Login. Still there are no records. Why no records? Still I started from the login only, and we wrote correct username and correct password, but still it does not show. Why? Because at the beginning I told you I'm going to make a mistake, and I made a mistake here. Why? Because the session has been initialized when? After the move, so it will not be read. It will move before initializing, so the session will not be seen at all. It will change the place without reading the session. So the session has to come first. Here I change the order. Yes. Great. So the session has to be first, before the move, before the redirect. Let's save and let's test again. Okay, admin, password is correct, 1123. Login. We have values now. They are 111. They are the level 1. We have values 1. Yes. Let's clarify it to make you be sure. I'm going to go up to the MCQ. Here before, what is the second, the third? Third, yes. Here I'm going to insert label. Give it the title. Come on. Session level MCQ, for example. Yes. I maximize the font also. I maximize the font. Format. Okay, change the color to green. Okay, great. Session. What's the problem with this mouse? Okay, session level MCQ. I'm gonna save. Great. So this is the last one. This is where we did our level, our configuration, our session management. This is where we did our session management. Here it is. I'm gonna cancel now. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna save all. I'm gonna save all. I'm gonna come back to this session, to the login. Still, it's there. Let's test again first. Usually from the login interface. Admin. And then after the password, login. Yes, here it is. Session. There is a typo here. 111. Okay, let's try to display. We want to display the level 2 now, not the level 1. What should we do? I'm gonna close. I'm gonna let me fix the session typo session here. Great. Yes, it's correct. Let's save. I said I want to let's display only the level 2. What should we do? We come back and we change the session value to 2 here. 2. That's it. Save. And let's test again. 1. In browser. Same username. Same password. Next. 2. Level 2 only. There is no 1. It works very fine now. It works very fine. Any questions, please, here?
Start.
Okay, I believe it's very clear. So actually, we inserted 3 grids just for learning purposes only. Later on, as per the question, we need only 1 grid view, either this or this. This is with a strict value, static value. This is with a session. Yeah, using a session here. It's not the same. By the way, who said that actually he has a problem in the Visual Studio? Who's having a problem with the Visual Studio, please? I believe that's good. That's great. So let's come back to the question. Let me just get refreshed with the question, with the request. Okay, login, MCQ, results API. Yeah, something like that. Actually, we can modify even the style. We can modify the question with the answer also to display and so on. We can do all what we want, but the purpose here is to let's display the results and the session value. The session value also at the page number 3. At the page number 3. Later on, we'll modify the design. We'll modify the view. Great. So let's create a 3rd page. On the root folder, Solution Explorer, right click, add new item. The C# as usual, web form. I'm going to change the name to results. Okay, .aspx. I did not modify the extension results. Okay, grid view, design view. Sorry. Bit of space. Label number one. The label number one I'm going to use for the username. Okay, label number two, I'm going to insert it here. I'm going to insert for the level. Okay, label number three would be for the, let's say, question. Okay, here. So I'm going to say the text. Okay, question typo. Okay, great. Name type also. The value of this name and the label, sorry, and the level and the question from the other pages, which are the question, the MCQ or the login. I'm going to start with the values. I'm going to bring them, all of them from here, from this first interface. Then after we talk about the second interface, the MCQ interface. So from here, we are going to use the username and the level at least. The question is only from here, from the MCQ. So let's start with this one. From here, the username is this one, admin. And the level is this one, the session level. We'll try to read this value if it displays. Otherwise, we create a session. So come back to login, sorry, results interface. In any empty place, double click. Level results. Yes, here it is. Label name is label one. Label one. Yes. Level label two. Question label three. So we start with the name label one. In any empty place, I said. So it's the load event here. I want to say label one. Label one. Dot text equals the text box number one from the page number login equals login. If it appears, here it is. But text box, it does not appear. It does not appear. It's not there. So I want to try to say text box one only. It does not appear. I have no text box one at all. I do not have any text box one at all here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to create a session for the username, which I'm going to call here. So in the login, where I'm going to create the session, in the event handler. So where we created the level session, on the same place, we are going to create the session for the username. So session, I'm going to generate my session. I'm going to give it the name, yes, say USR NM, okay. But receives the value of the text box one dot text, but to string to avoid the errors. Yes, it's an error. It's just a method. Sorry, simple parentheses, semicolon. That's great. So we created a new session. So I'm going to copy this session here, which I created. Copy. First of all, we have to save this page. Remember. Copy. Here it is. Save this interface. I come back to my results. The label one will receive this session value. Paste. Semicolon. Done. I'm going to save also. I'm going to save. It is given error. It is the error here. System web session HTTP state page session get the count session object provider. We need to display the value. Okay, implicitly convert object to string. Yes, exactly, because we need actually dot to text, not to string. Not to, yes, it is great. That's it. That's it. ToString is solving the problem. So save. Yes, let me test to check if everything is fine or not. But what is the result? Here it is. I'm gonna check. Right click, view in browser. Nothing is there. Nothing is there with an error. Nothing is there with an error. We solved this error last class. Can you just remind me what is the solution for such error? I maximize the view to you. See the error here, please. What is the error and how to fix it? Can you just remind me, please?
Write in text box.
We initialize. That's good. That's great.
Email.
Yes.
Write username password.
Absolutely. We have to test. We have to start from the username and password page, because this is not an error. It is not actually a debug an error. This is actually a runtime error. This is an exception. Why it's an exception? Because it happens only when we run the application. When we run the application, it happens, this error. So it is a runtime error. It is an exception. How to solve it? By avoiding this time error, this runtime error. How to? Because the sessions have to be initialized. Sessions have to be initialized. This one is statically initialized with a value. This one, no. This session username has to be initialized from this field. So when we run only. So log in, right click, view in browser, my session. I'm going to say the admin, the password is 11123. I'm going to say login. I'm in. How to move to the next page? How to move to the results? We have to get a next. We have to get a next button. So I'm going to come back to the results page, not results, MCQ page. MCQ. Extreme button. I'm going to insert a button. Yes. Here it is. I'm going to change the text. Next. And also I'm going to maximize the font. I'm going to say 22. That's great. Okay. I'm going to say once I click, I save all. Once I click this page, this button, we move to the results interface. So here, double click, response.redirect simply. Response.redirect. Correctly, we have to type the name of the interface we want to go, which is results. Results.aspx is the same here. Results.aspx, the same spelling. We have to type it. So here, the same spelling, capital, small, results, isn't it? Yes, it's the same, results.aspx. I save. Let's test again now from the beginning. From here. Our username, our password. Next, we are in. The session is what? Admin. It is visible. The others, they are level questions. So admin here, from where it came, it is username. I repeat, here in the result interface, here we are having username. We are having level, the word. We are having question, the word. The username has been changed to what we have typed here. So it worked very fine. The username is not displayed, but admin, what we typed here, has been displayed. So very fine. It works very fine. I'm going to stop the recording here. And to give you the chance, you have to display all, actually, the level and the question also. And I'll give you the recording just right now. Yes. Let me... where did we do the recording? Here it is. Yes.